Not bad at all.
That is the best name ever. Right, Julia, are your members to blame here? What's your perspective on this?
Well, they're definitely not to blame. And it really resonated with me when you were going through all those different challenges that we've got. And I could see that you were never going to stop. And that is exactly what travel agents are faced with day in, day out, trying to navigate for their consumers, passports, delays, baggage, etc., etc. So we're at the front end. You know, my members are really at the front end, and their role is to try and help consumers when they've had a flight change, when they've, had a disruption, when they, call them up in a panic because their passports. What we're really trying to do, and the members are trying to do, is make sure that they can help guide consumers to give them as less stressful a trip as possible. And it's worth saying that, today nearly 50% of all calls that are going into travel agents, and certainly into our membership, and we have 700 across the UK, are from anxious consumers. So not customers that have had travel plans disrupted, but just clearly headlines. It's obviously very prominent in terms of the news. It's creating a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress, and they're very worried.
I should have added the media's to blame. That media is always an aspect of blame, so we should take some blame as well. Julia, there is an argument, though. I mean, we had this with TUI, where the criticism was of some of the companies who seemed to be overbooking, not confident that the planes would be there to take the people out to Mallorca and the Canaries and anywhere else.
I think one of the challenges you have with the travel industry, it's clearly a lot of moving parts. So a lot of the airlines and the airports, they don't control the full end-to-end, infrastructure. So you're reliant on every aspect of the supply chain to make something come together. And that's what we're seeing for tour operators, for airlines, for the airports, that you're so reliant on each other when one part of that is either short-staffed or has a lot of people off sick, or has a tech issue. It just has a huge bottleneck for every part of it. I think what the industry has to absolutely get better at is communication, and in our experience, that's the one thing that is just creates more frustration, particularly if you have a last-minute change that you're at the airport and you don't know what to do and there is no information. So that has to improve. And certainly as we get into the summer, that is certainly our ask for, all our partners, that actually everyone has to work really hard at getting that communication right.
Well, I think passengers are often frustrated when they can't speak to a human being, especially if they're about to fly and everything's gone wrong. Julia, what's your prediction for how this summer is going to pan out? And do you think this situation is going to get better? And if it is, when?
I think what we're seeing, the result of the cancellation, so the cancellation you've had of your flight to Nice, you're still travelling on the same day from what I can hear.
Yes.
Still travelling on the same day, but on a different flight. That, in the main, it's not the only time it happens, but in the main, that's what's happening. Airlines are consolidating their flights so that they can provide more certainty and reassurance to consumers that they will travel to that destination on the same day, be it on a different flight. So that tends to be the majority of what is happening, and that will help to alleviate some of the pressure, and it will help to ensure we have less disruption on the day for passengers.
Have you booked a holiday out of interest?
Oh, 1 week today I'm off. So yes, I travel quite a bit, but I'm off to Turkey on next Sunday. With the family.
Best of luck with that, Julia. Thank you very much.
Thank you
That's Julia Lo Bue-Said, CEO at Advantage Travel Partnership.